welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. True Blue Thai here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It is 1 Sao here in Thailand, which is Saturday, and yeah, a bit cloudy this morning, but it's ended up as a bit sunny day. We had a bit of rain overnight, etc. Still in the rainy season, which is nice and cool for us, but cold for me really. I get up in the morning, etc. I've got a bit of sneezing, coffee, and whatever. It's okay. It just disappears after a bit, you know, but. Yeah. Anyway, so I hope you. I love to have gone out and running today, but unfortunately I've done my calf. I'm going to go up to the Thailand later on, they say, which is the market or Lotus. What is this? It used to be called Tesco, but now it's called Lotus rather than Tesco. Okay, they've taken the Tesco away and put Lotus. But rather than putting Lotus, they put an apostrophe and put an extra S on it. So now it's called Lotuses. I just don't know. Anyway, so it was quite funny. But I hope you're doing well. So, for instance, and yeah, it's I say one Saturday. It's Saturday afternoon, and here in Thailand. So yeah, it's game day tomorrow. Game day for the ladies today. We've got a massive important game against Arsenal. And just wish the ladies all the best. For instance, I hope you're going to do well, and very happy that, for instance, you've got a game on today and you're going to win. I'll be there watching it at 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock UK time. It starts 6 o'clock my time, so I'll be watching it, and wish the girls every bit of luck, etc. And I'll be doing a review of that game tomorrow. For instance, yeah, so it's going to be good, and I'll be looking forward to it. That game, but City playing tomorrow, last game of the day, for instance, 4:30 kickoff UK time, about 10:30, 11:30 my time, but yeah, against Brentford away at the G-Tech. The Brentford are the United killers of last week, etc. We've had so much fun listening to them, watching them crumble. They've got Sunderland at home today, 3 o'clock. I'll be watching that, and yeah, smiling and happy. But yeah, but overall, we for instance, yeah. So for instance, it's the last game before the international snow as well. You know, and God, you know, the Premier League and the Champions League. It's so exciting. So you know, and you really want to watch. And then you've got England and the snow, and it's just unbelievable. And you know, what kind? You know, honestly, it's just so boring. And I don't know who England are playing. I don't know what the thing is, but I just don't want to watch it. I just don't want to be portrayed and watch it. You know, and again, for instance, I might watch the highlights or something, for instance, but it's just boring. I watch Haaland goals, etc. I watch City goals, etc. But I can't get into it. I really can't. You know, and you can call me expatriate or whatever, but I just don't like it. I just find the whole thing boring, and I find it pointless. And I find, you know, for instance, I can't get over to it at all. A tournament, a World Cup, yes. But maybe a Europa League, yes. But for instance, I'm just burnt out with international football. You know, and trying to be excited about a game, for instance, which you know that more likely England, if you're following England, or you know, and lose or something. But yeah, so I'm sorry. International, just not for me. It really isn't. You know, but that's my personal opinion. You know, and I'm not. You know, I'm in Thailand, etc. I've lived overseas most of my adult life, in Denmark for Scandinavia, 10 years. I was living in Italy. I've lived in Spain and a few other places. So, for instance, and I got a Thai flag flying here because showing my loyalty to the country, but it's not loyalty, it was loyalty, you know, and it's just the fact that I'm showing respect to the country. I think they were flying Thailand flags because we had the Cambodia issue, if you know anything about it, but it's just, I'm just not, I can't watch England, etc. and be excited. I know it's an England game, because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be boring games or pathetic games, or players just don't want to get injured, and it's this rah-rah, etc. I'm just, yeah. And that song, that, you know, and I love Neil Diamond, but bloody hell, that song just gets on my nose. It really does. You know, and England women, for instance, you know, and maybe, you know, not doing too bad with England women. I think they play with a different feel in the game. But you just know with the England men, etc., it's just so. Anyway, so let's move on. Spend too much time to talk about. Anyway, so but it's Manchester City tomorrow, for instance. So let's go through the games and see if I can get off of my what's it called before we talk about the press conference, because we had the first part of the press conference yesterday, and anyway, so we got to wait for the second part. And the first part, what the hell were you doing talking about bloody golf? We sit there waiting for the press conference, waiting about injuries, about players coming back, about, for instance, Erling Haaland and whatever. And you asked Pep Guardiola about golf. Of course he's going to talk about it. And it's a Manchester City press conference, not about a golfing press conference. Me, I love the golf, I love the Ryder Cup, etc. But you do it. You're sat in front of one of the best managers in the world. He's got the finger on the pulse of Manchester City. He can tell you about, for instance, players and who was playing well, playing not playing, and you want to ask him about golf, the Ryder Cup. I spent about a minute or so in the first part of a Manchester City press conference, and we'll talk about the Ryder bloody Cup. Stick to the fucking football. Jesus, honestly. Bloody hell. What's next? You going to ask him about the weather? Oh, you ask him about the weather too much, so you Southern-based reporters. Oh, Manchester raining. Like it never rains in London, yeah. Anyway, so a few games today. Aston Villa against Burnley. I'm going to go for Aston Villa 2-0 win. I think, 2-1. I think Burnley might just get the odd goal. Maybe 2-0. 2-1. Just got to go for a 2-1 bin, for Everton, Aston Villa, hopefully it was to go. They've got the mojo back a bit, not good for because we're playing them in a few weeks. Everton against Palace. Palace, you've got to go for it, even though you're playing against the best stadium in the world. The best stadium in the world. The new what's it called? The new Everton's new stadium, according to the Scousers. No chance. But Palace with Glasnoff is the man to be, and the Rags are all saying, he's coming to United. He's coming to United. Another player. So he's to United. We're getting him. He's the best player because he doesn't want to stay at Crystal Palace. He wants to come to United. Why? Why would you want to go to United? If you want to end your career, you just want to make a load of money, you go to United. You want to have a career afterwards. You don't go to United. Look at Rasmus Haaland scoring again. Every player comes to United, don't score, then they go off elsewhere, etc. And they score, and they do well. So Palace, but I'm going for a Palace 2-0 win there. For instance, 2-1 maximum. Maybe Jack will help out. Palace against Forest, Big Ange ball. I remember when he first came, everybody was talking about Big Ange and how he great football, and they all fell in love with Big Ange and la. And now, for instance, and now he's got off to he finished 17th or so, and then just above relegation, plays shocking football, and just because he's Greek, he goes and Makadat is crazy and getting rid of, for instance, I think he's gone off to West Ham now, for instance, and he'll probably do well there. For instance, now you've got Big Engine, etc. And he did win the World European Cup, etc. against United, no surprise there. And now he's gone there and he's lost against Midtjylland. Now I lived in Denmark for a long time. So I know Midtjylland, etc. So because I used to support FC Corp or Brøndby. No, a little bit Brøndby, and was going by Lingbu. I used to live in Lingbu. The fishermen on the way to the fishing. Excuse me, sorry. So there's but I know Midtjylland. I've been there. Anyway, so it's a bit. That's a shock. Forest losing to Midtjylland. But I'm going for a Newcastle win 2-0. I think they'll win that one. Wolves, Brighton, I only can see a Brighton win, so 2-3-0. I think they're pretty damn decent form. Brentford against City. Let me just do the Saturday fixtures, and then we'll come back to the Savundis, and then we'll talk about City in a minute. First game. Oh, we got. Come on. Leeds against Spurs. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think Leeds are okay at home, etc. But at Spurs, okay, but not great, and they got a 2-2, didn't they, against City playing Bodo Glimt. So how the hell you can get a 2-2? Okay, but I don't get that one. Arsenal against West Ham. Arsenal need to win. I think they will win. But I don't think they'll. Arsenal, I think they're so overrated. I think the fans are so overrated, and the world's best team and no, I think they just don't have the mentality. They don't have it up here to win. They'll win the games, the odd game here, and the fans will have a big go on Arsenal television, and you know. But I think, and they'll. But if you listen to like Lee Gunner and Popsy, for instance, and proper Arsenal fans, they'll know they just don't have it up here to win. So they'll probably win this game 2-0, and the media will probably have a big Southern-based media will have a big yay. But at the end of the day, nah, not for me. Rags against Sunderland. I'm going for the Rags will turn up, for their once a year turn up thing, in a day, or Sunderland, who are pretty decent at the moment, etc., and dogged. So I'm going to go for a Sunderland 2-1 win rather than a Rags. But I can see the Rags turning up. So I was going, but you just don't know with them lot. So for instance, I expect whoever scores first, basically. But I think Sunderland can beat the Rags, etc. But it's so funny they did. City win, the Rags lose, and we can spend the next 2 weeks putting in the international football, enjoying the international snow, listening to United fans crack up online. Chelsea against Liverpool. I'm just going for a draw, and the reason why I'm saying that is because, quite honestly, for instance, Liverpool and would 2 defeats now in a row, and for instance, don't look at this, you can't concede. Chelsea, Jason Cundy was talking about Chelsea like they were saying about Manchester City. Jason Cundy is a Chelsea fan, and he was talking about, I don't know who Man City are, I don't really know what's it called, but the thing is, I'm looking at your squad thinking I don't know about Chelsea, and at one minute I'm putting them in the top 4, next minute I'm not, I don't know. For instance, I've still put them in the top 4 to finish the top 4 because they won the Club World Cup, they won the Conference Cup, etc., which is no surprise. I thought they were on their day, for instance, they can be an excellent squad, but again, for instance, they keep losing, getting players sent off. For instance, they either turn up or don't turn up. They are really indecisive at the moment. So, but they are playing at home, and I think they would be. I think it's more about not losing, and I think it'll probably be about. I think they'll cancel each other out. We might end up quite a boring draw game, really. I think be a 2-2 or a 1-1. A boring 1-1 or a close 2-2. But I just don't. I guess I don't see the win from either of them at the moment. But unless Salah does something, which I don't think he's having. Salah's having his yearly, once a year, for instance, he'll turn up for the games, and the next year what's going to be crap, and this year has been crap. And see what Volvo Verts is going to do. So, but they might have got Ekatike back, etc., and see how he gets, how he plays. But I'm just going for a draw. City against Brentford. That believes to us back at the G-Tech. What's it called? The United Killers. Tough game, 2-2 last season. They beat us at our place, and we lost. We drew 2-2. I remember just before an international break, I was at the Etihad, and we lost at home. It was a shock, and we're like, what? And so they're a difficult team. They're going to be fast on transition, and so it's going to be a difficult game. But I'm expecting City to pick the points. I just feel that there's a steel of determination, and I'll talk about earlier Haaland and what Pep Guardiola said in a minute, and which gives me that confidence. And I think with Phil Foden not being part of the England squad, which is excellent, and I think the guys are going to come out and because I do believe in their heads, because Rico Lewis was talking about it. There's going to be a mental strength now. There's a mental determination not to lose now, and I think in City, and I think we're only going to get better as the season goes on, and once we get Cherki, Mamouche, and AK back, etc. For instance, I think that will shore us up. and maybe we go into the transfer window in January, for instance, and just get to get a player to get us over the line. I just think that we've got that, and I feel, as Pep will say in a second, etc., that it was determination to get together. I feel that. I just feel that, for instance, Manchester City. They don't want a season like last season, and there's a determination. Last season, etc., we went away and got a point in the Champions League. They would have been kind of, oh, okay, not happy, but contented they got a point as long as they win their home games. But for instance, this time there's an absolute why didn't we not win? And then Guardiola would have passed to Haaland at the end there, for instance, and that would win. We didn't win because we weren't clinical enough. We never turned up in the second half with the way we showed in the first half. We didn't close the game out. The chances of Tiana Reinders and Phil Foden hitting the crossbar didn't go in. And again, for instance, and every time I watch Man City or we need to, when we get that first goal, I think great, need that second goal. We need that 2-goal cushion, because once you have that 2-goal cushion, then you can relax. The third goal went in by Nunes in against Burnley, we could relax. The second goal against United, against Napoli, and for instance, you can relax. But we didn't. Even though we tried, we didn't put enough effort in to get that next goal, and we're always going to be for them getting a point. Except was like winning the game. Regardless, they're always going to go with a contentious decision, because when you got a weak referee, Spanish referee, like we had, where the players going down, swan diving every time he got hit in the face or touched or whatever. For instance, they're always going to con the referee. And I thought that this, and when Dyer, for instance, ex-Spurs cheat, knocked into Gonzalez's leg, shin bone, for instance, going to go to crawling under. Oh, look at me! I'm like being shot. I've got grass on my face. Yeah, you got grass on the face because you've been lying in grass, face down in grass. So, I just find the fact that they did this, etc. For instance, and they beat the referee, and the thing, why the hell's VAR getting involved? VAR was supposed to be there to stop. For instance, design to stop if they miss something, a contentious thing, not a contentious, a blatantly obvious thing, whatever, but not something like for instance I'm sorry, I just the referee didn't give it. It shouldn't have gone to VAR, because the moment it went to VAR, for instance, I knew this guy was going to say, he's going to, and doing the screens, I'm sure he was going to kick off, so I thought he was going to give it. So he just so weak referee. So, but again, we should be winning more. We should be converting the chances, and we didn't do enough. So, for instance, we got our own self to blame. But the good is the players are now up for it, so they're not going to go walk into the GTAC tomorrow with a bit. Really saying okay, for instance, I think with determination to win. Anyway, so what Pep talked about, apart from the golf, so for instance, he was saying, are you disappointed what Haaland said? No, and he shouldn't be. Why the hell should be our disappointment with what Haaland said? We should be happy for what Haaland said, because what Haaland said was basically, for instance, that what we're all thinking. I think the players probably got into the dressing room and kicked ass. And to Guardiola, why the hell did you pass to me? And I want that fight. I want that determination by the players. I want Haaland to step up, because he doesn't want a weak season. I want a good season, and I want him that determination, that steel. That's what Ricky Lewis has been saying. The players have got the steel and determination to us to do something. This season. So. So I just want to say, I hope that they bring it to I want to see it tomorrow. That's the reason I'm confident we'll win. Just want to pat on the back to this guy here, for instance, who's to sign his contract. We expect him to leave, 70 million. I thought the bid was, which is not bad. But now it's up to him. It's up to you, Mr. Savinho, now, and to show that you're worth you're worth it. I'm happy that you're staying, but I also want to see you convert your chances, score goals, and watch what Doku do it and take on your man. So happy that you're staying. Congratulations, and but please. Let us show you, for instance, what you've got the ability, but please, Mr. Savinho, I want you to show you that ability on the pitch and repay the kindness shown by Manchester City and keeping you. Anyway, but apart from that, we're going to the ladies' game today. Good luck, for instance, good luck, Man City ladies, against Arsenal. Going to be a tough game, and good luck to the gentlemen tomorrow, for instance, in London. But other than that, like and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. I'll speak to you tomorrow about it. For instance, we'll see what the second part of the PEP conferences is. Just over what they're going to talk about golf. Cricket. Anyway, so tennis. I like to talk about tennis. But other than that, like and subscribe, tell me what you're thinking. You can even ask me about Thailand if you like. I saw the weather forecast at your place, 10 degrees. No, thank you. And we got 25, 30 degrees here, but it's going to be another 35-degree day. I love it. Anyway, guys, I love you to like and subscribe, tell me what you're thinking, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.